Good morning. It's 10:42. Looks like it's 4 o'clock in the evening. It's so dreary. We've had a huge amount of rain the last 2 weeks. And that's good and that's bad. And it's good because our earth needs the rain because we've seen a drought here the last few years. It's bad because it really messes with you when you have autoimmune. Oh me, one of my Bible study leaders suffers with rheumatoid arthritis, and she's a pharmacist, and she has been really down for 2 weeks because the weather's been really rough. And let me just tell you, it's very true. The weather greatly affects when you have autoimmune disorders. The weather greatly affects. And I know I look tired-eyed, no makeup. I really wasn't getting out right now. I was gonna go get Mama Love in a little while, and my brother Dana got her out yesterday and rode her around, and I was gonna get her and just see if she needed to go to the store and different things. And but Ash just called. The boys came home from school. Well, first of all, the boys' first cousin, they were with him all day Saturday, and he came down with the flu Sunday night, and he has type B. Went to the doctor Monday, so we were just holding our breath. They came home from school Monday running a fever, or Tuesday they came home because they had texted me during Bible study and said they were both running a fever. So we prayed for them and everything. And so I was supposed to keep the baby yesterday for Ashley to work. And so we just didn't know what to do. We didn't, you know, I didn't need to be exposed to the flu because I have to in turn do things for Mother. And she sure can't be exposed to it unnecessarily. And so anyway, it's just like Ashley was charge nurse yesterday. We didn't know what to do. So I just told him, I said, I'll come on and we'll see how they are. So I left early and went up there, and both of them just had dark circles under their eyes when I got them. Michael was getting them up when I got there. And so long story short, he just said, I'll stay home with them. They don't need to be at school. You don't need to be here. And so, but I delivered their Valentines for them. It was a big Valentine's Day, and you know how you love those Valentine's parties when you were little. So I took Reaid's box and all of his goodies to his school, and then I took Rhett's. Ashley had to make several goodies for his party, and so I took it all. So they'll get their Valentines when they go back. And Gan took them Valentine's yesterday for me and Papa, and so they were tickled about that. So Ash is off today. They didn't go back to school today, and I think Rhett had 101 last night. They're not really showing signs of flu unless they're having a milder case of it, but I mean, we really prayed over them Tuesday night. But regardless, she's taking them to the doctor. And so she called me, and I was kind of dozing this morning. I've been very, very tired this week. Very tired. And it's one of those tiredness that you can't fight. Chronic fatigue. You just have to do the best you can. I don't like to talk about it, but you're going to see from my face, you're going to see from my eyes that I'm very tired. My eyes are very tired. I've had a very good night's sleep the last few nights. Gotten in bed at a decent hour, and it doesn't matter. But anyway, she called, and she's taking them to the doctor. And so Riggs definitely does not need to go to that doctor's office with flu patients there. So I'm going back to their house. They live 16 miles away from me, so it's a good little hike. It's a good 25 to 30 minute drive, which is not, I'm not complaining because they're I can get to them. So I just said, oh, okay, well, I'll just get my mom, bring her with me because she'd love to see Riggs. And then I went, no, I can't do that because she doesn't need to be up there. So I had to call and tell her you know. I don't know, it's just dreary. If you can see out these back windows, you can just see it's gray. And this girl needs sunshine. This girl needs sunshine after a few days. It's supposed to be in the upper 60s today, so it's going to be fairly warm, but I need sunshine. It helps me. I don't care if it's cold. If the sun is shining, that's okay. But anyway, don't want to complain. Also, don't want to pretend like I feel great when I don't. But you know what? My God is the God of impossibilities. My God will sustain me and keep me when I feel at my worst. I am blessed. I am a child of the King. Things could be a lot worse, so I'll take the bad days with the good days. And see, just saying that makes me feel better. I knew coming on here talking to y'all would make me feel better. I did. Happy Valentine's Day to y'all yesterday. I got some red tulips. John knows I'm not about spending $70 to $100 on a flower arrangement. Oh, it just seems like so much money that I could buy behind something else with. So he doesn't buy me flowers. But I got up yesterday morning and I had red tulips, which I love because we'll set them out. And I had a bag of robin eggs, which were so good. A beautiful card and some kind of little heart. I think it's like some kind of little heart sucker, but it's like a Rice Krispie or a pastry or something. I hadn't even opened it. And so it was really sweet that he had bought the few things together. And John buys my cards usually weeks in advance. My cards always have very sweet verses in them. And that's so special. Because I didn't used to get cards like that. So, but I had found him a real pretty card a few weeks ago that just really spoke of us. So, we go out to eat just about every weekend. So we don't, we don't splurge on each other. And plus, we've got to buy new tires for him this month, which is going to be $1,000 for his truck. And, it's all that kind of stuff. So, just to know, and I told him last night, I said, I love you so much. And I just, your love changes the longer you're together. And those of y'all that have been married, one of my subscribers told me yesterday that her and her husband have been married 60 years. What? How amazing is that? She must have been 5 when they got married. Isn't that awesome to be married? John and I will be married 20 years in May. And he is such a blessing in my life. Y'all probably get tired of me gushing about him, but he's just so good. But I hope you had a good Valentine's Day. And we, for the girls, now let me tell you, I got 2 beautiful birthday cards yesterday from the same person. I didn't bring, no, but I believe the postmark was Carroll Stream, Illinois. I believe I'm saying that right. And the reason I'm saying it like this is because they didn't put their name in them. They just put your favorite fan. And in one of them was a $10 bill and said, go to the Dollar Tree and have fun. Well, favorite fan, let me tell you what I did. I went to the post office Tuesday evening and opened it, and the one that the money went was a hummingbird card, and it was just beautiful. And just wrote something very sweet, just beautiful, and said go to Dollar Tree, And I was on my way. We had extra food at Bible study Tuesday night because it was the night before Valentine's. So we wanted to do something special, and I picked up stuff along the way, and we had little door prizes. We've had 4 new ladies in the last 3 weeks. We had one to get saved Tuesday night. Now ain't that what it's all about? That's an old Southern gospel song. so we had 20. We had 20 there Tuesday night. And so I said, well, I'm going to go pick up cheese bread, and I'm going to pick up a pizza. And then one of my leaders she actually works for John at the college. She used to work for me, and now she works for John. And so they had Mardi Gras Day at the college. Well, they had this huge crock pot of red beans and rice left over. And she said, would it be okay if I brought these? And I said, yes. And so then we had cupcakes, and then one of the girls in our group, she bakes, and she made gluten-free sausage balls. And then she brought, and I'm not a big cookie person, but she brought the best chocolate chip and M&M homemade, still warm cookies. So them girls were like in heaven. We had everything. And plus we had a big part of a king bread, what they call it. It's like a huge cinnamon roll filled with strawberry stuff and covered with an icing that they had left over from Mardi Gras from the school. So we had that. So we just had, they came in. I told them, I said, come hungry, because I have a Facebook page that I send messages on. So they were, I mean, we didn't even start till like 7:20, and I had to stop them then because they were just having so much fellowship and fun. And then we gave out door prizes. And so back to my favorite fan that sent me. Favorite fan, let me just tell you, that $10 bill bought that big pizza, that 5-topping pizza at Domino's. It was $9.99. And, you know, I was going to go to Little Caesars. You know, they're like $5 each. And I thought, well, I'm going to go get a bigger pizza. So I went into Domino's and ordered one with 5 toppings. And then I ran some errands, and I came back. And when I went and opened that, there was a $10 bill. Now, you had no idea how God was going to use that $10 bill, that timing. And it wasn't that I didn't have the money to buy the pizza, obviously. It's just that it came at the exact time that I was going back to pick up that pizza. And I just like, you had no idea when you put that $10 in there to send to me that you were going to feed those girls at my Bible study. And I just think that's a blessing, because God used you in a mighty way. And I just want to tell you, thank you for giving to the Lord. You just thought, oh, I'm going to just do something special for Suzanne. But in turn, you turned around, and it came at the exact time that I was to go back and get that pizza. I was just like, whew, thank you, Lord. $10 for a pizza right here from one of my YouTube subscribers. God is so good. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And God says thank you for feeding his young ladies the other night. I'm just telling you, things like that just crank my motor. They just crank my tractor, as the old country song says. Because that's God. I don't care what you say. You say, well, Suzanne, you could have took it and gone to Dollar Tree. Well, yeah, but I needed $10 to pick up that pizza, and it was just like it was laid there for me to do it. I just, you may not see God on it, but I see God all over it. And I just thank him, and I thank you for sending it. And little did you know how God was going to use you when you sent that to me. So thank you. And so I'll be going back by the post office. Like I said, the birthday cards are coming in, and I'm not going to say something about all of them. I mean, you know, about each one of them until I get all of them, and then I'll probably do a video on my birthday card. So I hope y'all had a good Valentine's. But like I told the girls, they're building this new bridge down here, so all the traffic is stopped. Like I told the girls the other night, it don't matter if you have a sweetheart right now or not. Crystal, one of my leaders, taught on timing the other night and on waiting. And it was a beautiful message on waiting and how hard it is for us to wait. It's hard for us as adults to wait because we live in a microwave society. You know, I told them, the boys even have a hard time sometimes understanding that if they want something to eat and I've got to cook it, that it takes time. I don't like to throw everything into the microwave, especially for them. I'm funny about the microwave. I just think do better if you can stick it in the oven. And so sometimes when I'm doing chicken fingers and stuff like them, they're like, are they not ready yet? Because, you know, they're used to them just being thrown in a microwave. And I'm like, no, not yet. You got to wait if you want something. So we're really raising a society that doesn't have a clue how to wait. I told them the other night, I said, now, y'all are going to think that I came over on Noah's Ark, which some days I feel like it. But when I was a young child, I think by the time I was a teenager, it changed. But I can remember when we first got our telephones, we shared a party line with other people. And you'd pick up the phone and somebody was talking, and you'd have to wait to use the phone. Can you imagine anybody now? Because the phone is right at everybody's fingertips. You know, we have instantly what we want. And that can be good, but that can be really bad too, because it takes away from learning how to wait. But Crystal brought a beautiful message about waiting, and that when we're waiting on God, it doesn't mean that we're inactive. Waiting is actually a verb. If I've got this right, and I meant to ask my English teacher, she didn't correct me when I said this the other night. But waiting, I believe, is a verb, and verbs are action words. And so when we're waiting, it doesn't mean we're not doing nothing. It means we're in the art of waiting. And I don't know why somebody needs to hear this today, that just because you're waiting on God doesn't mean that nothing is not going on for you. It means that you're in the waiting and that you're in the process of what He's doing for you. And I think that's so important for us to remember, that is that waiting doesn't mean nothing's not happening. It's a part of the process of God. And when you're walking in Him and praying to Him and living in Him and believing in Him and trusting in Him, it's a part of the process. And so it's just like you have to wait to the 24th or the 25th of December to open your gifts. But they sit under the tree. Oh, thank you, Lord, for that example just then. They sit under the tree for weeks. If you get them wrapped early enough. I'm usually a last-minute wrapper. But if you get them wrapped, they sit under there. And it's not that you don't think you're going to get anything, because you visibly can see those gifts. It's just that you don't know what it is. Well, with God, waiting, it's not a tangible thing, but it's still coming. Woo, that's meant for somebody today. That is meant for somebody today. If you're waiting on Him, you need to look up the song by Clint Brown, Waiting. Waiting on You or Waiting. It's a beautiful song, and it's just, I mean, it just puts you in the spirit of knowing that, okay, I may not be seeing it happen right now, but it's coming, because God is in control of my life. I love y'all. This is already like 17 minutes long. I could gab to you all day, but I'm sitting still. I don't know what they're doing at the bridge. I don't know. They're building I had shown y'all a few videos ago. So anyway, I hope you're learning your verses, and I'm going to do a video on different styles of studying. Now that we're getting several more, you're going to have to work on keep remembering them and compiling them and keeping them. So I'm going to do a video on that. But anyway, I love y'all, and I'm going to take care of my little man. I'll talk to you later. Bye. See, y'all have already made me feel better. I already feel better just talking to y'all. Love you. Bye.